Okay, I'm sure it's going to be an actual um, channeling. I guess I could channel some of it. Not going to tell us anything. Not really. Well, what's anyway? So some of you might have thrown away your phones and threw away your computers, so you don't have to know about, or throw away it when who reads the newspaper anyway these days. um, yeah, but throw everything away and get a flip phone. So you don't have to know about the demise of the U.S., at least a version of it. So it was interesting. So I'm just going to do like a conscious connection. Like, is Trump going to become a dictator with all? I mean, it just like, I mean, if he ever gets into office, he might have like $5 or something like that. The way things are going, if he's lucky, they're trying to take everything away from him. Everything. It's like, jeez. There's I don't know. It could be an end of the presidency. Obviously, our minds are going to put whatever it wants out there. Is it going? No, I did feel a vibe. Now, obviously, we don't really know until November. Anything happens from now and then. They could easily freeze the election for whatever reason. I did feel like they might do something in November. That might be it. And just cancel it. Just cancel it. Just forget it. We'll just do it. Whatever. Not that they'll do that. Guess who? She's working behind the scenes. Here she is. She's like walking around me trying to get to me. So it's hard to really say what is going to occur. It'd be interesting. Maybe I'm just tapped into a reality where he is a dictator right now. Not to say that's a negative compared to what they're doing to him right now. It could be the end of the presidency. It could be. It's too early to tell. Yeah, and this is just February. So now they're going to take away his. They can, even if it's all illegal, they take away. They don't care at this point. It did feel like an FBI energy involved with it too. So it doesn't mean that they're the ones involved behind all of this, but obviously it's espionage stuff. I did feel Hillary Clinton. She's like involved with all this. Like she's not that powerful. She's a puppet like the rest of them, but she is influencing whoever. I think they're just kind of surprised they're going this far. Actually, I think she knew they're going to go far, but I didn't think she thought they're going to go this far. And like I said, this is just February. Yeah, March might be March Madness, literally. So and also, not that you have to pay too much attention. Like also the stock market thing. I don't think that's going to crash. I don't. It's that might actually do better than anything else. Everything else implodes. Not everything, but I don't see the stock market crash. It feels like they don't want to do that, but it doesn't mean the economy is going to be that great. Well, it is. The economy is purging. It's changing. Maybe not for the better, but eventually, yes, we're going to have less people here anyway. I mean, the society will detract. Less people incarnate here because it's kind of done. Some of it's been done for a long time. We're still here. But yeah, you just say we don't need these experiences anymore. So it's like doesn't mean the world's completely done yet. It still has a long ways to go. It still has a lot of things to figure out. Well, it doesn't want it to figure out. I mean, eventually certain knowledge will come in where, about like the lower dimensions, the demonic realms. Like they make movies of those things. It's like, they don't realize when people go to those horror movies, it's like creatures coming to those screens. They come to the movie screen, they attach to people. And not to say their lives are all that great to begin with, but humanity is obviously not ready to clear their energy so they can, the world doesn't have to be a cesspool. It just seems to it's not just mind control. Obviously, it's a darkness within a lot of people here, but I guess it's fine until they get pulled into the lower dimensions, and then when they get there, it's like, okay, what did I do with my life? So. Whatever. Yeah, I guess a horror movie is entertaining until you start living it. So I guess the grass has been way too green out there for a lot of beings. But yeah, I can tap in. I can channel some of this. I'm not trying to be political or anything like that. I'm kind of tired of all of it. Just take us out of our misery and get it over with. Definitely, it's political theater for sure. Obviously, the agenda is obviously character assassination, whatever. I mean, he's gonna. I think he'll survive physically. They're not going to do that. That's too easy. So they're going. Oh, that was the other thing. Yeah, it's kind of like a 2020 type of vibe, but it's going to hit most of the U.S. Not lockdowns or anything like that, unless it's like a political lockdown. Not maybe not even riots. Of course, YouTube's just psychotic these days. You say anything, he starts crying. Yeah, they might not like this one. I might have a channel after this. But trying to go into 2020 agenda. I saw that it was an agenda, but I think it's mostly going to hit the U.S. Yeah, so not lockdowns, not masks, not that. It's something different. I guess we'll find out. We'll know soon enough. We're definitely looking. We're going into some kind of change. That's for sure. Anyway, that immigration issue is going on. I mean, we're really coming into a major culture change for the U.S. So, hey, here the immigration coming. The news is all. It's funny how the news. It just like, they just like to watch the world burn, and they profit from it. And then they call it news. Whatever. I mean, that's the job to get, right? Just become a news reporter and just throw, paper into the fire and just keep it going, right? Talk about what was it? What was it? Civil War and all that. Whatever. Try to create those timelines. But oh yeah, Trump is a martyr. I don't know. Just it's. I mean, if you're around Trump and all that, that's probably. If you're around those rallies or around them personally, there's obviously a reason for it, and it's to heal whatever. Obviously they're going to throw a lot of this is government, shadow government ops. This is beyond anything Biden can do, though. This is far beyond. They keep blaming Biden, but Biden's. I mean, if you're talking about the shadow government behind Biden, because Biden's not anything. He's just whatever that. It's like a mannequin. It's like a boy. I'm not gonna go into details of that. It's a dead person, basically. Pretty much like society at this point. And all this is a reflection of humanity. It's all a reflection of the U.S. at least. And I guess the U.S. isn't quite getting it yet. They're just blaming everyone, the victim energies and so on. So where were we? So yeah, it's. I think we're just seeing the beginning of where this is going to go. It's going to get darker. It has to. So in November, they're just going to tear them apart. Just literally, just what is? I forget what the name of that is. They hang it from the tree and they keep hitting it with a bat and all that. Yeah, piñata, whatever they call it. Yeah, that's pretty much what he is at this point. So if he survives until November, I don't know if he's. Obviously, it's a major character assassination. Is it CIA? But I'm not getting CIA. I think it's more shadow government. That's just a government within a government. I don't see CIA. And they're just playing with him. They're just using him. They're just playing with humanity, basically, or at least the U.S. Just because they. Obviously, they can put him in there and just strip him of his powers or all that, but why do that? I feel like this is more entertaining. So it does feel like they're seeing where people are right now, like how far can they go until humanity does something, in the U.S., do anything besides complain about it and just don't care. Look at your smartphone. I mean, whatever. I mean, just the energy of the U.S. is not obviously great. It's been kind of in a sleep zone. It's kind of waking up, sort of. It's still asleep, though. Mostly asleep. So I guess might have kind of have a dictatorship already. It just, it's a bit democratic. So, but if he gets, so technically we are under a a dictatorship currently. We're not getting anywhere with it, right? They bring in immigrants and nothing's ever changing. So technically, there is one now. So, and it'll just be a Republican dictatorship. Not to say that would be much better either. So anyway, it doesn't mean he'll even get in office. There's not 100%. I don't think he's 100% sure about that one either. I felt that a while back too. There's not 100%, and not to say Biden will get in there. They might put some kind of robot in there, or technically that is a robot, or come up with some other rag doll they can put in there. Obviously, we'll just know by November. It's like they're keeping everything kind of shut down between now and then, obviously. So it's just, we're in historic times, that's for sure. So they're not going to tell. I mean, timelines shift all the time, and I'm not sure if you want to know what's going on. Jeez, it's like a soulless energy that's involved with this. But it still comes down to the consciousness of the U.S. It's like people here, they feel like they're away conspiracy theory stuff, but not really. I mean, you complain, crying all the time. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean you put out those low frequencies all the time, think you know everything. That's not doing anything. Like I'm not gonna mention other ones that are out there, but whatever. I'm trying to make a dime for which they are. So anyway, we tap. I do an overall connection on, I guess, the U.S. the energy of it, which isn't great. It hasn't been great for a long time. Yeah, it's kind of like it's alive, but not really. It's like on life support, and that's just society. It's just the way it is. That's why people move to Europe and stuff like that, or Fiji. Anywhere but here, that's for sure. They talk about other countries that are messed up. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever. What's a good place? Finland's place to go. I think during the lockdowns, Finland didn't have a lockdown, I don't think. So it might be boring there, but it's better than this. But then again, if you want to be part of the heart of watch a country go down. Well, it's not down yet, but it's not. It's like a modern Rome, kind of. Not. It has a lot of Greek energies too. It's not just Rome. It's and obviously secret society energy. That's probably the strongest. That's probably the strongest secret society energy is here than it is anywhere, actually. Brussels not that strong. I think the U.S. because you see you see all the stuff that's happening here. So yeah, I'm not sure if Trump's going to make it. But he might. I feel his doubts. That's for damn sure. Maybe they create like a room full of clones. Maybe one of them will get in, possibly. Maybe as a clone that looks like Hillary Clinton. Maybe that'll make him happy. So anyway, a hybrid clone. Yikes. Okay, so do a channeling on it. Obviously, take it with whatever if you want. It's just a point of view. It's not everybody. Jeez. It's not great. Yeah, the media is collapsing quite. At least even the online people are not doing so great. So because everyone's tired of it. Still, it might be tired of it. The vibe still is not great here. They might be tired of the news. They might be tired of a lot of things, but the vibe is still. It's like society is still half asleep. Not just the U.S., the world in general. It's still, it's whatever. Do what you gotta do. That's the way to be, right? And maybe the grass is greener there. It probably is, unless you're like a conspiracy theorist as a psychopath. And I'll probably get flagged by YouTube by just saying that. So yeah, it's a conspiracy theory video. Figures. Yeah, and YouTube's got more pansy more than anything. So anyway, all right. We'll go to do the consciousness of the U.S. and sort of state of affairs or something like that. I don't know. And stock market energy. Yeah, they're gonna mess with it. Obviously, that's what they do. I mean, but I don't see it die. It might come close to some kind of fall, not like a collapse. I don't think so. I don't want to do that. It feels like even the banks feel like they're going to. I mean, obviously they're closing banks, but it doesn't mean that they're going to have like a collapse or anything. I feel like they're really watching that, making sure it doesn't happen. Now, Yeah, it just feels like they don't want that to happen. It's just society. There's nothing there to help society though. Society is, what about that? There's no turnaround there. Yeah, because it's pretty, like I say, it's jeez, not good. Yeah, and blame the immigration stuff. I mean, some of them are hardworking too. The U.S. kind of wanders off in this mental state. It's like, oh well, whatever. Turns. It is partially a third world country. It's not fully, but there's obviously it's a third world, second. It has all of them: first, second, third. Um, different places. Not I would say there's parts of it that are a third world country. The mentality is definitely there for many, but not everyone. Though. So, all right, we're going to I don't know state of affair. I don't fucking know. So anyway, I will see whatever we get. I would connect to astral energies and just do an astral and see what comes up from that. All right, yeah, because the U.S. is pretty much on life support at this point. It's not fully dead, but it's dying. Well, it's just not. Just like I said, it's a wake up call for society, which is still not. It's still asleep. So anyway, all right, we're going to astral. Okay, greetings of astral consciousness, neutral energies. That's important. Neutral. So this is happening because society is not learning anything. Some are, most are not. So what's currently it's just basically because like the foot is put into the fire, and just seeing because basically the human consciousness in the U.S. and the world, but obviously human consciousness in the U.S. It's like, are you ready to evolve? And many are not. So as some of you are dealing with this on an individual basis around those that are difficult to evolve, like they're standing still, like almost like a statue. And you're seeing that also in the U.S. in general. It's just half of it's halfway decent awakened, the other half is doesn't want anything to do with it. Doesn't want to do with anything. Just kind of like rock hard nowhereness. So this is a wake up call for U.S. mostly of just that it doesn't really want change, so that's why it's bringing in no change. That's why the change of not changing, more yes, almost demonic manipulation is still going to continue on because that's what majority is asking for because they're not going anywhere. So it just shows you that the U.S. is sick. Society is still ill. And as an individual, obviously, to heal that is not your job. I mean, you do what you can, but when it's allowing all this to take over itself, kind of like a spider web, allowing it to, instead of clearing out the spider webs, you're getting more and more, and you're just getting, and so it's like a split. Doesn't mean the U.S. will split. There is already a split in consciousness already. That's been going on for a while. It's kind of like split three ways. There are those that want freedom, others that like being a victim, and others just don't care and just become a creature of whatever it is because it's just weak. So it doesn't mean that the demonic energies are winning, but it is showing how powerful it is. So you can say right at the end, it's going to, it's getting stronger. And we're just seeing the willpower of society. Is it strong enough to, and you just do it energetically and change. You don't have to do anything physically, really. You just, the vibes of society is still, it's like, when it sees a monster, it just wants to go and hide. But there is a portion of society is fighting back, through just your frequency. Some are understanding that. A lot of them are not because they feel like it's, because they still haven't matured. And choose not to. Well, it's those that don't want to mature and evolve. Yes, you can say this has happened throughout history. This is nothing new, but that's what they call the Dark Ages. And they get pulled into like a mold, like a hive mind. It's like there is a hive mind controlling society, portions of it, and it's just literally just to It's like sucking into a lower frequency that tells you what to do. And many are releasing their free will currently. So it doesn't mean the whole country is doing it, but so where things are going, you're just seeing the creature trying to consume the U.S. altogether. And doesn't mean it'll be successful, but it's going to leave a lot of markings that it was here. It's doing it now, and it's just getting worse. So it doesn't mean that the U.S. is going to completely collapse now, but it is showing the darkness here that how it invades countries and tries to take over. So this is not just shadow garbage or creature energies, but they feed off of fear. And obviously, you see much in society. They're not doing it physically, but they energetically they do give up. And so you're going to see just a lot of damage due to all of this. Let's put it that way. The scars of it won't go away anytime soon. After all of this is over, let's put it that way. Stock market. No, that's the elite frequency. So yeah, as the world burns, they want to look like they're doing well. Like the crown is their yeah, they'll those that they don't care for, they will ruin and things like that. But overall, they want to feel like they are powerful, and eventually money will be removed from society. Not yet, of course. There is a timeline where it will be removed, and won't be any currency eventually, but you're not quite there yet. Not a dictatorship, no, of that, no. But you have a while for that one. For this freedom of the planet, you have a while, obviously. Well, the lessons here have not been learned, so it's hard for you to graduate when half of the class is not going anywhere, or majority of the class is not going. However you want to look at it. So, but you're going to see the scars. You're going to see the darkness here. It's not going to stop. Now you energetically can shift it to some level, but I can't save everyone, as you can see. So let's see.